Rajesh, Granit was going to have a scan, was he, this week? Is there any outcome of that and hopefully positive news?
Not yet, but he's going well. So he ran on the Alter today, so it's positive.
And in terms of him being out, in some ways, I know, yes, you want him on the pitch. He's been such a big influence for you. But is it not a bad thing he's actually getting a break for a few weeks now? Is the rest you probably wanted to give him?
It's tough to answer because he's a really good player. So when we have our best players on the pitch, I think it's better for the team. But it is what it is. I think the journey in the Premier League at that competitive level, it's not unusual to have injuries or suspensions. So you have to deal with the situation. And for the players in that part of the pitch, it's an opportunity to step up and to show their qualities.
And one assumes he's still a presence around the dressing room, is he, even though he's injured?
Yeah, it's the case. Still connected with the team, yeah.
And how disappointed is he not to be able to play against Arsenal this weekend?
Yeah. I hope he will recover and heal quickly in the spring and the end of the season to have the best version of Granit with us.
In terms of where you are in the table now and the season you've had, you've played everybody. And you've touched on it in the past that those teams have seen how you play, tried to suss you out, but you've sort of had, because you've had to make changes and Granit's out and Diarra's back and you've changed a bit tactically. Is that a positive for you in terms of keeping everybody guessing still for the second half of the season?
Yeah. We have a small group at the end of the transfer window, 21 players in the first team plus 3 goalkeepers. So the players know that they will have opportunities, especially with the FA Cup. So it's positive, and at the same time it gives us different options. Do we play with 2 wingers or only 1, 3 midfielders or 2, and so on. So we have different options, and we are looking for the best one for the next fixture.
And you're still adamant that it's 40 points that you need to stay up, which you may reach in time for the FA Cup game against Oxford.
I hope so. We'll have two difficult challenges, and I think we won't face only a single easy game. It's not possible in that league. So every game is an opportunity. We'll see.
So your thoughts on Arsenal? I mean, it is conceivably the hardest game you're going to face now with their home record. But you've played them once. You drew. What did you draw from that to take into the game to the Emirates?
We have to show the best version of Sunderland. With an underdog mindset. They are playing at a huge level. They are impressive in the Premier League, outstanding in the Champions League. They are probably one of the best teams in Europe at the minute. So tough challenge, exciting challenge. I would like to paint this picture, but we know that the level expected is really high. We'll try our best.
Do you quite like that underdog tag, because it takes the pressure off you, doesn't it, going into the game?
Yeah, for sure, because we are a newly promoted side. I think if we keep this mindset, we stay humble. We know that we have to be strong on our key pillars. Otherwise, the level is too high, and you get punished really quickly. And you play with freedom. Because we can make mistakes, but at the same time we can create something, and it was the case so far.
And do you think, I mean, you talk about freedom, playing with freedom. Talking to Trey Hume after the game on Monday, he talks about having no fear also, and that's something that is actually quite an identity with his team, that all the players, you talk to Talby and the young players, there's no fear. And is that youth? Is that the exuberance of youth?
Maybe, or it might be the identity of the club as well. We spoke early in the season about the different challenges, if we say just we want to win, or we expect to win against the second part of the table, you might miss the opportunity to win against the first part of the table. I think it's still possible if you believe that it's possible. So you have to have this confidence, this belief in against those kind of teams. But on the other side, you have to think that you won't face an easy squad, and you have to give everything to win a single point.
Hi, Regis. 36 points, enough points in each of the last 10 seasons for a team to be safe. It felt very much at the game the other night against Burnley that there was a kind of calmness throughout the stands, I guess from yourself, the players, the supporters as well. Do you feel safe in the league?
Not yet. I think we don't want to have this feeling, because to stay ambitious, you have to chase something. So at the minute, this first target is our main target, if we think about the beginning of the season. And if we can keep this mindset with this ambition, and this energy to win points, I think it's the right mindset for it to be competitive here.
I missed the very start there. I wasn't sure what you said. Did you say Granite was? Did you say running on the treadmill or running?
Yeah, treadmill.
On the treadmill.
Yeah.
Have you had conversations with him, and do you sense just how disappointed he is to miss this game, because the whole match against Arsenal, it looked like it meant so much to him. I guess it would be even more for him to play down there.
Yeah, I think it is what it is. You have to accept the situation, and now he's a player of Sunderland, so he wants to play probably at home and away everywhere. So it's a shame, but it's football.
And your new signing on deadline day, Nelson Angulo, is he? Am I right in saying he's in?
Not yet.
Today?
Probably this evening.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the sort of short term plan for him? I'm guessing Saturday would come too soon. What's the plan for him being involved?
We'll see when he will be with us. He played a lot, so he's fit. Now it's a question of connection with his teammates, with the squad. Could be quick. I hope it will be the case. We'll have an interesting week next week, so we expect him to be available.
So there's a chance for Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And something you said after the match on Monday, you talked about the leaders, and I think you said when you lose a great leader like Granite, other leaders need to step up and take that. Have you noticed that, and who in particular do you think has stepped up?
I think it's often the spine of the squad was involved, but even in the triangles and substructure, it's still important to have voices. So it's more now we had to split this leadership. You can't build a strong leader as Granite in 1 sec. It doesn't exist. It's not the process. But yes, this game against Burnley was mature because of this authority within the pitch, and it comes from everywhere. I think it's not just only one; it's more. You have the goalkeeper, you have the two centre backs. I think the midfielders were really important in that game as well. And so it's like you split the leadership, and probably it was effective for this fixture.
Hi, Regis. After the game against Burnley, there was a photo that came out of Nodi Mukiele. You had a mascot in front of them. Both of them seemed to be singing very, very loudly. It was a fantastic photo.
Yeah.
Just wondering if you'd seen that photo, but also, what you made of it, but also, is there kind of the epitome of the connection between players and people, like the mascots, like the kids there?
Yeah, it was also impressive in the tunnel before. Yeah. Yes, it shows this connection with our stadium, with our fans, the responsibility of the players, their involvement, and the willingness to win. And the connection, I think, is key, because you can't win alone in this sport. Teamwork is a key word, and so if you can play with your fans, it helps, and I think especially during the second half, we were a bit flat at the beginning of the second half, and we had this this conversation between Dubravka and Trey, and I think the fans reacted really well, and after that the game was over. Yeah.
Just on another one of the players away from Trey and away from Martin Dubravka, Brian Robbie. What is he like in the gym? Because he's giving defenders a torrid time all over the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah, he's getting better. So it's a good pathway and good example for everyone in the club. So started, I won't say slowly, just needed a bit of time to find the right level, fitness-wise, and then connection with his teammates, first goals, his involvement in the build-up. Also, now we have a target to escape the man-for-man pressure, for example. So he's getting better, and with his confidence, I think the opponent tried to manage him. So if they put more resources on him, maybe other players will have more freedom. And this connection is really interesting to build up the play. So game after game is getting better, and I hope it won't stop.
You were saying to Keith there that Nilsson is due here this evening. I just wondered what sort of conversations you've had with him so far since joining, and obviously before joining Sunderland.
Yeah, the usual video call to connect and to get to know each other, because it's important. We can assess a player watching 3, 4, 5, 6 games, depends on the time we have. So this part was done. After that, it's still interesting to have a conversation, because it's we need to meet each other to find the right connection, and it's more about feelings rather than rational, I would say. So this video call was really positive with me and with Flo. So now we'll see on the pitch.
Talking of connections, obviously there was some really sad news this week with the news that George Foster had passed away. I just wondered if you could pay kind of tribute to George and what he meant to Sunderland Football Club, but also your kind of experiences with him as well.
Yeah, we met last year after, I don't remember the game. So it was it's really interesting to connect with people with this history, and so it was a nice moment. After that, you have to move forward.
Just very, very finally, you've kind of described it as an interesting sort of week. Obviously, it's a huge week in terms of playing Arsenal, the current leaders, the current Premier League champions, Liverpool, all within the space of a few days. I wondered what the emotions were. I remember you saying it was exciting earlier on in the season. Similarly exciting this time around, playing the likes of those sides?
Yeah, I think so. We need big challenges to grow, because just to reach the limit and to find the solution, to work together, and because you have to be creative, you have to go deeper in order to win something against this kind of team. So it's really positive. I'm not sure that you can repeat every week, but twice in the same week. I hope we will have the ability to do that.
Thanks, Regis.
Hi, Regis. So much has been said about Arsenal's ability to score from set pieces and corners. I just wondered, what did you make of the way Chelsea approached defending set pieces against Arsenal this week, and have you been spending more time on that this week?
Yes, it's important to prepare the squad for this phase of play, because they are really good. Yeah, it's possible to be brave, but I think they will be brave as well also. So you can try once to disturb their setup. You can move 3 or 4 players, okay, once, but I think they will react really quickly to fix this problem. And they have the ability to threaten in the first phase. So the second phase is another story, I would say. They are at the best in that part of the game, but it's not the only one. So we'll have to manage the full game. Yeah.
And in what has been a season that continues to defy a lot of people's expectations, away form has kind of been the Achilles heel. I guess how close do you feel to kind of solving that issue?
Don't know. It's not an easy fix because the story is always different. The scenario is always different. The opponent is always different. Probably our starting 11 and our finishers are different as well. So it's a new story. And the facts are facts. We are better at home than away from home. Okay, but we want to stay ambitious and we don't want to give up. So probably the question of our first half is very important. When we played at West Ham, Brentford, we had the opportunity to switch the game at Brentford, but we missed this opportunity. At West Ham it wasn't enough. We'll see it against Arsenal, but it will be another game.
Which is to sort of draw two strands together. I understand what you say about 40 points, but there is not a great deal of pressure of the league table on you when you go here. So can you go into this game and, I'll say enjoy it, but by enjoy it, I mean, can you go there with no fear, as you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, probably, yes, I think so. It's important to recognize the level of our opponent, but doesn't mean that you won't play your game. So it's a balance. So you know that we'll have to reach our limit, but if we work hard, we are composed, well organized, smart, we'll have one or two opportunities. We won't have a lot, but in that kind of a game, it was the case at Chelsea, for example, you have to seize them and to be clinical, otherwise it will be tough.
And because you've had a series of good results against the teams, the more established top end of the table teams, does that cement the mindset that nothing is impossible?
Absolutely. We showed it from the beginning, so keep going, yeah.